Jesus Donut. Over a period of 3 months, it took 216 hours to build. Like anything on the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft though, it faced destruction. This base is a bit unusual, and the story behind it is even more unusual. After it was built, the coordinates were leaked and the base was griefed. But who leaked the coordinates and who griefed it? Well, the builder did. It's a very strange story to a very strange build, but that's what 2B2T is all about. Today I'll be telling you the story behind the Jesus Donut, showing you the entire base before it was griefed, and showing you what's left of it after the grief, so that you can see the level of destruction. The base not only includes the Jesus Donut, but the nearby town as well. We have a lot to see and do today, so let's get started. The Jesus Donut's actual name is Christ's Biome Donut, and was built by a player named WalkWalk90. With a build like this, you don't ask why, you ask why not. While many items seem to be brought in for the construction project, a lot of blocks were taken from the biome nearby, as excavation can clearly be seen. Once the build was finished, WalkWalk released the coordinates publicly, but before any griefers could show up, he griefed his own base alongside a friend of his. Why would he do this? Why would he release the coordinates, and why would he grief his own base? Well, I know why, but I'll tell you later. For now, let us begin. So here we are starting the tour on the outskirts of town. You can see the Jesus Donut in the distance there, so we've got a lot of ground to cover today. Now this area seems to be the item storage area. I mean, obviously a build like that, you're not going to source everything from the environment around you. You need to bring in some stuff. Like, look at all those beacons there. I don't know if you can see them from here, but pretty much the entire outline of the donut there in the center, near the bottom, those are all lines of beacons. So clearly a dupe was involved with this build. But anyway, let's begin. So this is the item storage area. Let's move closer to town. Ow. So here we are inside the town before we head over to the Jesus Donut. Now, this is the message board. Apparently, the town was originally called Keckville, and there were a few players that actually showed up here. Now, of course, WalkWalk arrived here May 11th of this year, and then Chrono Boost arrived shortly after, so there's been a few people here since. Here's the cobblestone generator. This color structure right here is actually a sugarcane farm. If you look here at the observer blocks, there's the red, there's the orange, there's the yellow, but then the green, the blue, and the purple are incomplete on the inside. So the entire structure wasn't fully completed yet, but it still looks nice from the exterior. And then right over here, a rainbow pathway leads to an underground staircase, and then also this incomplete tower as well. Maybe it was complete at one point, but maybe it got partially griefed somehow. Who knows? But anyway, there's also this little house here, which apparently this was like the starter home for the original base, which is kind of cool to see. But there's lots of duped items in here that obviously helped out with the build. Very cool to see. Now, if I go back into free cam mode, over here, you can actually see all the excavation that went down for gaining additional blocks for the Jesus Donut. So obviously they needed to, get a few extra resources from the environment for the insides of the donut, which we're going to explore in just a short moment. But it's kind of crazy to see like excavation this crazy on the overworld. It's like something you'd see in real life, in like actual quarries. It's kind of cool. All right, but we've seen pretty much all there is in this section. Now this tower here looks pretty massive, but it's actually quite hollow on the inside. If you look, it's empty, but then at the top, you've got this stained glass area, which it does look quite nice. Even though it is empty, it does look quite nice, and it overlooks the Jesus Donut there. Now, before we check out the donut, I do want to show you this house that's just randomly in front of the structure. It's kind of weird. Just like, you got this amazing structure, and then just a house. Just a house. Now, there's a creeper over there, but I mean, it's just a creeper statue. You've seen plenty of those. So, this was Chrono Boost's house. Okay, he was the second person to arrive at this base. So it looks like just your typical Minecraft home. Looks very nice. We can kind of get down from the balcony here using the fence gate. Very cool. But now it's time. It's time to explore the thing that you're all here to see. The Jesus Donut. Now, how do we get inside is the question. We need a... Oh, wait, right there. There's like a ladder. Okay, perfect. So we can get into the Jesus Donut by using the ladder over here. That's quite nice. It's just about nighttime, so it's actually perfect that we're entering the structure now. So, alley-oop. Let's see what we got going on in here. I mean, just looking around all those beacon blocks. Look at how many beacon blocks there are. I mean, obviously they were duped, but still, I mean, imagine someone who's just used to vanilla survival Minecraft seeing something like this. Like in survival, do you know how many withers you would have to kill just to get all these beacons? It's wild. But it looks like this is the bottom portion of the biomes. We need to try to get to the top. That's what we need to try to find out where to get to. Alright, we managed to find a way up, but it took a little bit of time, so that's all I'm going to say about that. But we're starting out in the Ice Spikes biome here in the Donut. And we're going to move all the way around to check out all the biomes before we finally go to the center statue of Jesus. So here's the Ice Spikes biome. It's very detailed. It looks just like you would find it on the overworld with snow blocks, the packed ice. It looks great. Here they've got all the mycelium for like a mushroom biome. They got everything here. They got like, you know, the big red mushrooms, the brown mushrooms, the mycelium on the bottom. It looks very authentic. And they've got like fake water here. So like they have stained glass that looks like water, but it's not. I don't know, it's just a really cool detail in my opinion. So now we are in a mega taiga, or a redwood forest, whatever you want to call it. One of my favorite personal biomes, because of like all the podzol everywhere, the mossy boulders just hanging out. This looks really cool. And like I said, it's authentic. They got like the just the normal dirt blocks here. Very cool. And they even have some of the trees breaking through the dome. So I don't know, that just seems like a really cool detail to me. You know, it's like, of course the trees would not be contained inside the glass, they would break through. That's just really cool to me. Oh, they got like a nether portal here, they got like another fortress bridge. They got like the magma, the lava, the actual quartz ore. That's a really nice detail, I love that. So, let's go ahead and move over towards the end dimension over here. They got all the chorus fruits going through. Did any chorus fruits break through the dome? Nope, they did not. Still though, very cool to see. And then we've got the dark oak forest right here. Ooh. Hopefully no mobs will be spawning during the day, since that tends to happen sometimes with these biomes. But it looks like, yeah, overall, lots of these big, thick trees, but oh, they got like a little river going through too. That is super cool. Very cool. Coming up to the desert biome here. They've got a desert well in here for the detail. They got all the dead bushes, the cacti. They went all out with this desert biome. They got a small pond. Very faithful to what you'd see in a Minecraft desert. So we are almost done touring all the biomes before we go to the actual statue now. Oh yeah, I got the forest here. Just good old-fashioned Minecraft forest, you know? You know, simplicity is brilliant sometimes. And then we come back to the Ice Spikes biome. So we have done an entire loop of the donut. Now, before I show you the interior of the Jesus statue here, let me just show you how many beacons are just placed around like the terrain here underneath the statue. So it's like you know you're rich on 2b2t when you're using beacons as your light sources. But I don't think I've seen this many beacons like used like this as a building material in one place in a very long time. That is a lot of beacons. So here we are at the base of the Jesus statue. Now, if you look inside, it's all hollow and dark, but still, I mean, the amount of detail put into this, it's crazy. Now, schematica may have been used, I don't know that for sure, but regardless of whether it was used or not, it's always crazy to see builds of this magnitude, you know? So now that you've seen the base, it's time to show you what this thing looks like after it's been griefed. So this is what the Jesus Donut looks like after it was griefed by its creator. Now, you're probably wondering, why would someone grief their own base? And as someone who has done that, let me tell you from experience, many times it's better to grief your own base than to give someone else the satisfaction of being able to grief it and then post images or a video. When Aurea's city was compromised 3 years ago, we decided to grief it ourselves so that no one else could take the glory. So I guess I understand why a creator would want to grief their own base. And not only that, but if Wak Wak was bored of this and wanted to move on to other projects, it would make sense that he'd want to release this to the public, just so people could see it and that he could destroy it and move on. So I completely understand why he would do that from that frame of reference. But overall, it's a decent grief. I mean, look at that. Some of the biomes are still intact, but the statue is pretty much unrecognizable. So I'd say overall, not a bad grief. Not a bad grief at all. But wow, I wonder how the town is doing, actually. The town was over this way. It looks like that was destroyed as well. So no block was left untouched in this grief. So overall, the story of the Jesus Donut is a bit of a strange one. Someone building a magnificent structure just to destroy it. But on 2B2T, anything can happen, so it makes sense. Well, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on when new 2B2T content is coming out. But that's it for today's video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. What else are we going to find here on the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft? Who knows? But anyway, take it easy, Fit Fam, and stay alive out there.